Hi everyone, it's Nicole and welcome back to my channel. Today I am diving back into my monthly traveler's notebook. I am working on February still. I have some spreads here. I think I have about 7 spreads that I need to finish to wrap up February. And today I just downloaded and printed loads of photos so that I hopefully can just get these all cut down and get this notebook for February 2023 wrapped up here in the next few days. So the spread that I am working on today is going to be my opening page in my notebook. And if you have been following me and watching my notebook processes for the past year or so, maybe it is now, I open every monthly traveler's notebook with a story about myself or about my journey that I've been on, and I try to take a minute just to focus on my progress so that I can still see progress, I guess, in myself. I have been on a very big weight loss journey, something that I have put a lot of time and effort into for the last almost year and a half now. And there's been a lot of times that lately that I have been getting frustrated because I'm either struggling through plateaus or struggling, with recently moving, not doing what I'm supposed to be doing or not eating the way I'm supposed to be eating. And this is kind of my way that I check myself and pull back in to say, you know what, listen, you're doing good. So this was actually a huge moment for me that I got to document this month. And this was a personal goal that I had met for myself, that I set for myself in the very beginning of this journey, which now that I think back, it probably dated to July of 2021. So it's been, July 2021. We were on vacation and I had a huge moment that hit me, and that was my aha moment that I really needed to change myself and my journey. And that was the moment that I realized, listen, girl, you got to do something and get your shit together, or life is just not going to pan out the way you wanted. So at that moment, that was whenever I said, you know what, when we get home from vacation, I'm going to embark on this journey. I'm going to finish what I started, and I'm going to do this for me. So I set a goal for myself to basically fit into a size 12 jeans. Growing up, I have always been in the 20s. I was always a 22, 24. My largest that I was before I said, listen, you got to stop, I was a size 26. So I set a goal for myself as a 12. I never set a number goal because sometimes the scale does not depict non-scale victories, and I wanted to fit into a size 12. So that was my goal. I was never a size 12 in my entire life. Even when I could think back to high school, the smallest that I could ever remember being was a 16, possibly a 14 when I was a little bit younger, but 12 was my ultimate goal. But anyways, so backstory, now let's move on to the actual notebook page. This was me documenting fitting into a size 12 for the very first time in my entire 41 years of life that I have lived on this wonderful earth. So I was in tears in this dressing room crying because it just meant so much. So that is my opening page for February. And what a better way to use this photo with the paper that I used on the left there. I ended up attaching that to the back cover. It says right here, right now. And I write about hitting that goal. And there was this card that said, hello, February. I get the pocket card add-on along with my traveler's notebook kit. I feel like that there is so much in these 3x4 and 4x6 cards that I use for journaling and things like this. I actually fussy cut that large February word out, and the hello that was there I'm going to use also, and I'm just gonna banner flag it and use it as an embellishment. I feel like I get so much use out of their 3x4 cards. There's a lot of value to them for me in the way that I scrapbook and document. So I love using them, and I love using them in this way and fussy cutting them too. So I'm going to pop that banner up on some foam adhesive. I do line the back of it just because my notebooks always get flipped through so much. I didn't want anything to bend. I tried to use a stamp down on the bottom there, but I don't end up using that. I'm going to use a couple other things that I find in these pieces here, which are the adhesive die cuts. I do find a a tag. I forgot what it was called. I do find a tag. I pulled that one out, but then I switched it with this one that said picture perfect. And I do grab a label and some other things that I'm going to use. Oh, and this pen. I really didn't think that it really meant anything to this, but it fit perfect and the colors matched perfect. And I kind of am documenting about a journey that I've been on. So I thought that, you know what, we're just going to go with it. I have no idea if I'm ever going to use this pen in any other way, shape, or form. So yeah, let's just embrace it. So this washi I find always very difficult to use. So anytime that I feel like that I can use a piece of washi, I try to use it. And I used it on both pages actually on this spread, and I used it behind the banner that says hello here that I'm taking the adhesive off of, and I use it behind that as kind of like a grounding point, and it also helps pull in some contrast so that banner pops off the page a bit more and it stands out a little bit more, and it just adds a little something to it. I like how that looks. It gets that black on the left and the right, or the top or the bottom of that large word February, and because it was there, I'm also going to take a piece of it and bring it over into my right page on my photo. This was actually a Snapchat photo that I saved. So I left the journaling on this from whenever I shouted it out to my friends who've been, helping me on this journey. And I put it right up above that. And then I added that picture perfect tag above it. And I had some thread sitting on my desk, so I added just a little piece of that to that as well. For the bottom left piece, I went back to how I was going to journal a little bit, and I have these stickers still, and I really haven't used loads of them yet, but I am going to focus on them in an upcoming video that I have on a spread. But there was this pink sticker that matched the February very well that had the days of the week at the bottom that you could circle. So I cut the bottom of that off, and then above it, I'm going to use this dark pink sticker that says, by the way. And then I am going to pull in the puffy black alphas from this month, and I am going to use those to spell out the word perfect, so that this little box says, by the way, you are perfect. And while essentially in life, no one is ever perfect, so to speak, it was just a story about no matter what journey you're on, the effort that you put into it makes you who you are, and who you are means you're perfect to you. So if you're ever struggling with anything, especially mental health, I'm a huge mental health advocate with things like this. You are perfect. Don't let anyone ever tell you any different. Okay, so that's the end of that. Now back to my page. I do add in the you are there beside to the left of the word perfect. I hand draw a little black heart up above it because I just felt like that it needed that. And then I'm going to take a minute and just do a little bit of journaling about the story of this photo, meeting that goal. And then just as a reminder, that, hey, you're perfect no matter what you look like, what size of jeans you fit into, or what shirt you can wear. You are perfect. Once I add that journaling in, I am going to go back to the stamp set that I originally had pulled out. In that stamp set, there is this really cute half circle that has a sun that says the best day yet. And I am going to use that and stamp that right above my journaling. There is that white space up there. I'm going to use that to fill that space in. And then once I get that added in, I am going to go through and use some of the enamel hearts, the glitter enamel hearts that came in this kit, and sprinkle those around the page. I also do add in a stamp. I was going to use the other half circle that was in that stamp set, but then I went back and used the XOXO, and I'm going to put that on that tag on the right page, right above the picture perfect. So yeah, I'm going to go in and add in now some of rub-ons and some enamel stickers, just to add a little bit of sprinkles around the page. I do have quite a few of these little hearts left on the sheet. I'm going to use a couple of them here just to fill in that gap. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in those enamel enamel hearts in a couple different places. One by that heart on the typewriter, and then one over on my tag, and then that's going to be it. I do add in the date after I do the video. I'm going to add it to the right of the pen vertically so that it kind of pulls everything in together, and that's the end of the spread. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today. This was a fun, quick spread and entry into my TN. I have a couple more catch-up layouts coming up for my February notebook before we move into March. And thank you again so much for my returning subscribers. And if you're new to my channel, I really invite you to hit that subscribe button, and always remember to snap that bell. That way you can be notified my next time I upload my videos. Thank you everyone so much, and have a wonderful day. Bye.